Oh man, for when words aren't enough. This is some good shit here. I have to show you this. I don't know if I can really do this without like giving away the site address. But as you can see, there's me, there's my icon, and then there's some other people's icons. Uh-oh, we have issues. Oh god. So, you might be saying, oh, Suki, what's your problem now? What are you bitching about now? What is your issue? I mean, what has got you so fiber-packed in your ass that you feel you need to come and talk to us? Well, I got something to talk about, and this is pretty funny, and this is for all the people that have responded and are gonna respond to this, and if you know who you are, and you know why I'm ranting about this, well, you might as well just sit down and grab some popcorn, because I got a little bit for your ear. Now, I've noticed there has been some issues in the art community here, especially in the fur fandom. Now, in every sort of group that you get into, there's cliques. There's the almighty, omnipotent, perfect ones we all want to strive to be like, and then there's us. And then there's us. We're the ones down here. We're the ones down here that are like in this area. Here's the people that begin. Here's the people that know some things. Here's some people whatever. And then there's the omnipotent gods of fur art, quote unquote, if there can be such a shit-tastic thing. Anyways, I see something that's in one of my inboxes on one of the art sites, and I go, oh, okay, well, let's take a look at it. And now, I don't really even get, uppity or, aroused or anything by any of your art, because I think it's rather funny. I just like to look at the plot and stuff. And this was a neat plot. I wanted to know what was going to happen, because it's like, oh, shit, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get in so much trouble. This is gonna be great. And I go click on the next one. I'm like, all right, well, and it's like, and it's like, oh, see this site to buy the rest of the comic. And so I'm like, well, shit, I'm in a pissed off mood. I needed something to, cheer me up. And so I type back. I say, hey, this is kind of a gimmick. What the hell? Whatever happened to drawing for fun anymore? And I'm like a nobody in the fur community, especially when it comes to art. I'm not that great. And the artist writes me back like this much. I'm like, whoa, I really got his goat. I mean, normally if somebody writes a comment like that to me, I ignore it. But this guy, he writes back a ton. And he's like one of my idols. So I'm just like, oh god, I pissed off one of my favorite artists. Well, what the fuck ever. So I decided to, write back instead of being an ass and just, well, you're a stupid idiot, go to hell. I write him back and say, hey, this is why I think this, but nonetheless, I'm not popular, so what the fuck ever, nobody really cares about what I say. And it happens no matter what with forums, and we've discussed this before if you've watched my videos. And so someone else, the editor of this whatever, comes in here and says, the editor of the magazine that this comic was going to go in, comes in and says, well, I don't see why it's very whatever. It starts bitching me out. You can go read it. I'm not going to say it, but if you know who you are, anyways, it starts bitching me out. And I'm just like, oh god. And then the artist writes back, and he's laughing at me, and I'm just like, okay, and I'm laughing at him, and then I get some fucking fanboys on my ass too, and it's funny, because, I mean, their logic is like, well, we need to eat and drink and sleep, and, if we could pay for our supplies, that's great. Well, fine, that's great. Sell your artwork on an auction site. If you're good enough, which this person is, I mean, they are really good, people will buy your art. Your art will go in the triple digits for a drawing. I mean, a one-page color. I mean, it'll go for triple digit. And I'm just thinking, what, and back to the comic thing here, whatever happened to drawing for fun? It doesn't matter. If I wanted to get a picture, let's say Bernini did, or Picasso or some, old fogey like that, that's really, really good, or was really, really good, or Jackson Pollock, I could go on the internet and get a high-res image for free. But so much, if I wanted to go out and actually own the art, I could go buy it. That's the thing. If you're good enough, people will buy your art. You don't need to do this sleazy little leader thing. Oh, here's a little oh, I'm not going to tell you what the rest of it is. Go buy it. That way you can find out. Now, there's another thing here that I'm really finding interesting that some people maybe don't think about, and that is employers today, especially if you're going to go work for a career or a firm or something, let's say like Seattle Times or Time Warner or whatever, Paramount or something like that, you're going to work for them. Some employers Google who you are on the internet, and they check MySpace and your art forums and whatever to see what you're about. they try to get a background picture of you. And if you have a long lineage of dog cock and of these comics up, they're not going to hire you. They're going to go, yeah, next. Now, the whole thing about the community here of why it became so great was because art was free. You could go up and find it. And I guarantee you every day, no matter what your genre of what you liked in the community, you could find it every day for free. And their excuse of, well, we need to be able to pay for our supplies and stuff. That's great, but it goes back to the thing of, if you're good enough, you will sell your art. Now, oh, well, that's not very fair because I'm a freelance artist and I'm not commissioned, or I don't have a steady salary. Well, guess the fuck what? Yeah, my art supplies aren't free either. Your art supplies aren't free, his art supplies aren't free, and his art supplies aren't free, and you're the only one getting paid for your art. You're the only one that's ever getting any comments for your art, and let alone any views. Now, us people that are way down here, we need constructive criticism, and we don't get shit because of people wanting to go and jerk to your stuff. And then when one of us kind of pipes up and makes a little comment that doesn't stroke your fancy, you get all uppity on us and jump all over us and get your buddies and your fanboys on us. That's retarded and irresponsible. And I'll tell you what, if this type of shit happens at FC, I'm going to kick some asses. This is retarded, and I will be there. And if you have a problem with me, come up and say something to me, because this is stupid. I mean, goddamn it. My markers are no cheaper than yours. So, you people just make me laugh. That's all I gotta say. Honestly, if I could put a microphone in here, you guys could hear me laugh on the inside. I laughed all the way to sleep last night over what you wrote about it and how you felt. One person even went so far to say, well, I'm gonna go buy the comic to protest against some people like Soki Tupac who think that this artist owes them something. You know, the only thing I owe you is a kick in the ass. The only thing you owe me is a kick in the ass as well for taking each other's job market. So maybe before you go out and ramp up your shit and start going, oh, well, here's this, now go buy it, maybe you should do a little bit more looking around at people that are better than you. I know some people, some excellent artists on some other sites that are way better than your ass that are working for firms that put their comics out for free and that are 100% clean, mind you. They don't need the cock factor to sell art. They are clean, and they sell them, and they do them for free, and they put them up. And if someone wants to go out and buy their art because the artist is good enough, they will do so. That is all.